Hello my dear friends, today 22nd day of November, it's pretty cold outside, -2 degrees Celsius outside, but I want to show you interesting insects in my laboratory. Yes, interesting because they are small, they are scarce in winter, in cold time, but now I have it in laboratory and usually they're very common in summertime, in springtime. That's why you don't pay attention to them, but you can easily recognize them. You see so many small tiny insects crawling around. Who are them? Why these insects are dangerous? Because I collected them on flowers of Astrids. These Astrids are planted usually in summertime and they're flowering in the late autumn. So these Astrids I collected a few days ago. But now it's already frost, all plants are dying, but these plants are still in my cage and these insects are still sitting on the stem. You can recognize, but some thin around you can see a lot of shells, because these insects very tiny but they are growing. These are aphids, sucking insects. And why they're so fastly running? They try to escape, and they're trying to escape and search for new plant, because plant is here drying slowly, not so juicy, so that's why it's difficult for them to suck the juice, and they're trying to find new plant, migrate to new place, and that's why they produce travelers, migrators, migrating females. You see here in the angle, one small individual is wingless and one is running, and they're running very fast with wings, because these are travelers. Travelers usually need to fly around to search for new fresh plant in the summertime, not in winter, definitely. And they're already trying to escape. Here, some wingless and some with wings. Left part, one wings and one without wings. Now on the left side, no wings, with small tubes on the back of body. Here two individuals with wings, travelers, and they're both running fast because they're trying to search for new plant. As I said, they lost host plant because it's becoming dry, not so juicy, not so appetite. Not so good one. But these are trying to escape and they're flying very well. Some of individuals flying around. I will try to put them on fresh plants. I keep them in my jar separately. So to maintain colony, I have colony, but these flying individuals maybe can escape easily. But who knows? Usually they are flying around, stop on new host plant and trying to produce new generation. And usually these are females, but sometimes can be males. I'm not sure about species. We can consider that this is Aphids fabae, very common species, probably. Small individuals on stem, they're still larvae. Tiny individuals you see in the center part. Larvae, B1 already maybe adults, and not moving around. Dots, these are shells after molting. Many shells around, these are shells in the central part. But quietly sitting insects, these are males, no, not males, females. And why so many of them? Because they are not mating here. They are producing themselves parthenogenetically, the special way to produce new generation without males. When female giving birth to new babies without mating. So these funny wingless individuals, females, they give birth without mating, and they do not lay eggs. They produce already living freshly living new babies, tiny larvae, and larvae maybe 3, 4, 5, 10 larvae every day. So that's why number of the generation increasing very fast. Number of population is growing, and when we consider to migrate for certain reasons, because of a time of a year or maybe taste of a food plant, we produce winged females, as we saw before. Here we see no wings, tiny larvae in the center, some small, some bigger. And on the left side, this is female with wings. Sometimes some species produce only winged females, but some species produce males and females, winged generation travelers. So we're migrating, mating, and laying eggs. So possibly that among these winged specimens there are some males and some females. To understand it, it needs to make microscopic study of this individual, which is pretty small, about 1 millimeter. So this is special investigation. You see so many shells after molting. Larvae are growing, take off their skin, and shells just falling down around. You see in the center this is winged female, which is trying to put the stick on the head to take a juice. Sorry about magnification too much. Yes. And we're still sitting and to give a little bit of water for plants. I put here a piece of cotton with the water, so that's why plants still alive, but already not so fresh, definitely, because still it needs to change cotton to water, and plants slightly dying slowly. That's why they became very active and move around. But I will move them to fresh plants here nearby. I show you fresh plants with flowers. You see these plants so fresh, and we'll give them these stems for reproduction, and let's see how long time we can keep a little bit this colony for study, and also for food of our population of Asian ladybugs, because aphids, this is a very common food for ladybugs. As I showed already, some ladybugs with Latin name Harmonia Astrids. They do like very much aphids, and they eat them voraciously. So that's why we'll give them for experiment with ladybugs. Sorry I cannot give you image under the bigger magnification, because I showed it just with a zoom on camera. If I would be able to take this jar under the microscope, I can show you under the bigger magnification. But this is the limit of my camera, to show you like a small creatures which are sitting on the stem. These are aphids, sucking aphids, Homoptera, order Homoptera. Which don't have a metamorphosis, but which they are producing their generation parthenogenetically, with parthenogeny, process of reproduction without mating, without fertilization. Here you see female without wings, and these are individuals with the wings. And as you see, without wings also running very fast. So without food we search for food and try to run and find the food. You see, we are communicating a little bit, asking, where is the food? Where is the food? I search for new plant. Can you see? But they are not ants, so we are not so organized socially. Some species, but we have partially social behavior because we are making colony all together and migrating all together, usually to find new place and new plant. Thank you for watching. This was Victor Fursov, entomologist, beekeeper teacher. Subscribe to my channel and visit my Patreon page for donations. And I will show you the continuation of the story about these aphids in my next video. You see right side, these are females with wings, and this one without wings. And if you have, these are running very fast. So it's time to put them on plant, because we try to escape. And I need to move them with brush to continue the colony on new plant. Thank you for watching. Press like, write your comments and ask your questions. Good luck and see you soon on my channel.